Now, I'd like to introduce our first speaker of the day. It is Chrissy Tracey, the author of Forage Feast. Chrissy will be signing her book during snack break, so I encourage you to buy a copy and say hello. Chrissy is a remarkable human who pivoted from tech to the great outdoors. She finds solace and inspiration in nature, and she is here to inspire you all. Please welcome Chrissy Tracey.
Hi, everyone. So this is kind of heavy, but it is also just a piece about hope, a little bit of a story and background. So I'm just going to get started. I never expected to find my greatest joy on a walk. I had always loved hiking, but at some point, I let the world tell me that love was small, that it was just a pastime, a way to pass an afternoon. I forgot that movement itself is an act of worship, that walking is proof that we're here. Then, one day, 10 years ago, by a lake at sunset, I saw them, wild garlic chives. Green and reaching, waiting. I plucked one up, ran it between my fingers, pressed it to my lips, and knew. It was the same knowing I had as a child when I once spotted wild garlic. Too young to name it, too untaught to be sure, but certain somewhere deep in my body that it belonged to me. I was older now, more learned, but still, that moment was less a discovery and more a remembering. It was as if the earth had been waiting all of these years for me to come back to myself, and so I did. That single moment, that single taste, unraveled a world before me. It led me to foraging, to food, to gathering, to something that simply felt like home. And it led me eventually to the greatest thing I've ever done, writing my first cookbook. Thank you. But even the wildflower must push through darkness to meet the sun. Halfway through writing, I got a call that split the earth beneath me. One of my closest friends, Brian, was diagnosed with brain cancer, stage 4. A kind of ending you can see coming, but never outrun. I forgot about my manuscript. I turned to the only thing I knew could hold us both, nature. I walked in the woods searching for something older than grief. I plucked turkey tail mushrooms, reishi, roots and stems, and bark that had survived more than we ever could. I brewed them into tea for him. I fed him the meals he loved, softer, gentler, more nourishing this time. Though we all knew the end was near, I wanted to believe that hope could be slipped into broth, steeped into something warm. The night before he passed, he squeezed my hand so hard I thought he might pull me through time. And then, for the first time in 2 weeks, he spoke. His voice was softer than I'd ever heard it, but it was clear. It was certain. Thank you. The last words I would ever hear from him, the last words he would ever say. Brian was the kind of person who never let the world harden him, a giant in both presence and kindness. He lived by the words, play all day, a belief that adulthood does not require the death of joy. When he could no longer go outside, I brought the outside to him. I filmed the leaves spinning off the trees, their reflections rippling in the pond. I recorded the sound of the wind moving through the branches. I placed a kalimba in his hands so even when his body betrayed him, his fingers could still pluck notes from the air, still make music out of something broken. He always wanted to hear me sing, so I sang. And for a moment, even then, we found joy in unexpected places. But when it was over, I unraveled. I handed in the manuscript knowing the work wasn't quite finished. How could it be when I was still finding my way back to myself? I had drifted somewhere between the lines, between the trees, caught in the hush of the forest and the ache of goodbye. I knew there would be edits, and I welcomed them, because writing is a process of returning, of revisiting what was planted and gently pruning until what's meant to bloom can finally rise. Nature does not wait for you to be ready. It moves at its own pace, uncaring but kind. It heals not by asking, but by being. Nature offers us lessons in patience, resilience, and renewal, always showing up, always shifting, always beginning again, just like we do. Foraging gave me joy, hope, and a reason to keep searching. But most importantly, it brought me back to the girl who once spotted wild garlic and knew. So my words to you today are to just get outside. Touch the soil, breathe in the wild air. The earth is waiting to meet you exactly right where you are. Thank you.